Goote vienen cantuel chomita stritimi tunchlis ampiri. Тоник туявиану анчуталя боутем пересусев стачи спонсорят террористичтачтичс. И чалит террористичум перес.
Once upon a time, throughout history, empires have used questionable tactics to expand their territories, resources, and spheres of influence seeking to enhance their power and wealth. In modern times, the term empire is sometimes used metaphorically to describe a nation or alliance that exercises significant influence over others, such as the United States in the post-World War II era. The term terroristic empire is not a commonly used term in political or academic discourse, but it could potentially refer to an empire or powerful state that employs terrorism or state-sponsored violence as a means of maintaining control, exerting influence, or achieving its objectives. This term suggests that the imperialist actions or policies of the state or entity are carried out using tactics that employs terrorist tactics or supports terrorist organizations as part of its imperialist or hegemonic agenda. This could involve using terrorism as a tool of statecraft to suppress dissent, destabilize rival states, or exert control over subject populations. It implies a combination of imperialism, which is a powerful state or group of states that extends its authority, influence and control over other territories, often through conquest, colonization, or political dominance, and state sponsor of terrorism, which is a powerful state or group of states that provides material support, funding, or sanctuary to terrorist groups or individuals, enabling them to carry out acts of violence, sabotage, or intimidation against civilian populations or governments. The concept of terroristic imperialism can be contentious and may be used to critique the actions of certain states or entities perceived to be engaging in aggressive or coercive behavior that disregards the rights and sovereignty of other nations or peoples. It implies that the pursuit of imperialist objectives is facilitated or accompanied by acts of terrorism, either directly perpetrated by the state or through support for terrorist groups. While there may be instances where the actions of an empire involve coercion, intervention, or military force that result in harm or instability in other regions, this does not necessarily equate to sponsoring terrorism. State sponsorship of terrorism typically involves providing direct support to non-state actors engaged in terrorist activities, such as supplying weapons, training, funding, or safe havens. Historically powerful states or entities have been accused of engaging in terroristic imperialism to further their geopolitical interests or dominance. However, terroristic imperialism not only violates international norms and laws but also contribute to instability, conflict, and human suffering in the affected regions. It's essential to carefully assess the specific actions and policies of a nation or entity to determine whether they meet the criteria for being classified as an empire or a state sponsor of terrorism by analyzing specific contexts and evidence when using or discussing this concept. Accurate terminology and precise definitions are crucial for understanding and addressing complex geopolitical dynamics and security threats. Accusations of terroristic imperialism can be politically charged and subject to interpretation. Additionally, the term terroristic empire may carry subjective connotations and should be used cautiously to avoid oversimplifying complex geopolitical dynamics or demonizing specific nations or entities without sufficient evidence. The end.
Apple found this entertaining and informative. Listening, you will learn this valuable quote from an American economist and statistician Milton Friedman. Governments never learn. Only people learn.